and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Som Distilleries and Breweries Ltd's Q1 FY24 earnings conference call hosted by InCred Equities. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Nitin Awasthi from InCred Equities. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the earnings call of Som Distilleries and Breweries Ltd. From the management today we have Mr. Nakul Sethi, Director Finance and Strategy. Without taking any more time, I would like to hand the call over to Mr. Nakul for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Nitin. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our company, I extend a warm welcome to all of you for our Quarter 1 FY 2024 earnings call. I am extremely happy to announce that despite the challenging macroeconomic environment, we have commenced the fiscal year with a robust financial performance. During the quarter, we achieved beer volumes of 65.8 lakh cases and 2.12 lakh cases on IMFL, resulting in a total income of 3,866 million, achieving a growth of 51% over Quarter 1 FY 2023. Our flagship brand Hunter recorded a volume of 21 lakh cases, while Blackford and Power Cool recorded volumes of 14 lakh and 29 lakh cases respectively. The volumes in beer recorded a growth of close to 40% over Quarter 1 FY 2023. IMFL volumes increased by over 17.4% compared to the same period last year. Our beer realization for the quarter was rupees 559 per case as compared to rupees 506 in the Quarter 1 FY 2023. While your IMFL realization for the quarter stood at rupees 760, down compared to rupees 791 in Quarter 1 FY 2023. Despite the prevailing inflationary conditions, we achieved an EBITDA of rupees 501 million with a margin of close to 13% and a growth of 40% over the same period last year. Our PAT for the quarter was rupees 337 million with a margin of 8.7% as compared to a PAT of rupees 256 million for the same period last year. Additionally, we have made significant improvement in our debt position, with gross debt reducing to rupees 1950 million and net debt improving to rupees 1510 million as on 30th June 2023. This reduction in debt has strengthened our balance sheet and underscored our robust cash flow generation capabilities. We are pleased to share that we have achieved outstanding market share growth in various markets where we are present, establishing our position as a leader in the beer industry. In Madhya Pradesh, our market share surged to nearly 46% for the month of June 23, while in the highly competitive state of Karnataka, it reached an all-time high of 20.1% in May 2023, showing remarkable progress from the 3.3% which we held in FY 19-20. Moreover, in Odisha, our market share reached an impressive 18.4% in June 2023, making us the second largest competitor in the state. These achievements are a testament to our commitment to excellence, innovation and consumer-centric strategies which continue to drive our success expansion in the markets where we are present. Our contract manufacturing tie-up with Salzburg has commenced for the Odisha plant and is set to increase our utilization levels for the Odisha unit. Looking ahead, we are committed to sustaining the growth momentum. Our focus remains on enhancing market share in our key markets as well as increasing our presence in high-growth markets like Rajasthan, UP and Delhi. Additionally, we aim to optimize asset utilization and generate strong cash flows. With that, I would now like to open the floor for Q&A. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Before we take the first question, a reminder to the participants, if you have a question, please press star, then one on your touchtone telephone. First question is from the line of Bharat Mani from Moneybee Investment. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So congratulations for the great set of numbers. My first question was on the capacity side. So post expansion, can you just let me know what the beer and the IMFL capacity is now?
So our Bhopal plant is now at a capacity of 1 crore and 52 lakh cases. The Odisha plant is at 60 lakh cases, and the plant at Hassan is at 90 lakh cases.
Achha. So on the gross margin side, so you had taken a price hike in the quarter one. So still the gross margins are in the range of 36%. So when do you see that going back to 40 plus margins?
See, I mean, as long as, the inflationary pressures are there on the packing material and the raw material, the return to normalcy on the gross margins will be a challenge. But we expect that from quarter 3 and quarter 4 onwards, we'll have improvement in the gross margins. As it is, in quarter 1, you tend to have higher percentage of new bottles going into the systems. So that's the main reason why the gross margin was subdued for this particular quarter.
So can you just tell me about the raw material inflation side on the grain and the bottle side as well? So as you said, on the bottle side, you get new bottles in the first quarter. So what about on the grain side?
If you compare between June 22 and 23, there has been an increase of close to 30 to 35% in glass bottles.
Yes.
And close to about 20% increase in the price of cans. Though there has been a slight dip in the prices of the malted barley of about 6 to 7%.
So how do you see it shaping ahead? Like in quarter 2, quarter 3, do you see it?
The prices should come down in the short to medium term. And like I mentioned earlier that quarter 2 and quarter 3 will have slightly lower sales. So we'll have higher percentage of glass bottles coming back to us, and which will be used, and thus there will be easing of the gross margin going forward.
Okay. So recently you entered into Rajasthan. So the ex-brewery prices in Rajasthan are not as remunerative as compared to the current states that you are in. So
Right.
has that scenario changed, or can you just shed some thoughts over here?
So I think for the last 2 consecutive years, there has been price increases in the state of Rajasthan. So that has prompted us to enter that state. We will start the operations in the state from quarter 2 onwards.
Okay. So yeah. So can you just give me like a broad figure on the brand mix that you have between Blackfoot, Powerful, and Hunter, and how do you see that changing in the favor of Hunter? Do you see it changing in the favor of Hunter?
Brand mix in terms of?
A brand mix, sir, in volumes or revenue, whatever you have.
So we have
How do you see it shaping up in the future?
in that figure in the investor presentation. And I also mentioned in my opening remark that we sold about 21 lakh cases of Hunter, and Blackfoot we sold about 14 lakh, and Powerful we sold 29 lakh cases for this particular quarter.
And what about the future, sir? Do you see the mix changing?
Our endeavor always has been to, increase the percentage of Hunter going in because that's our main brand. And I think for the short to medium term, I think we will strive to increase the percentage of Hunter going forward.
Okay. So, as far as I know, June quarter is the best quarter that we have. So, last year March performance was and corresponding June performance was similar. So, do you think this year's June performance will be correspondingly similar to the March 2024 performance?
Sorry, I could not get you.
Yeah. So last year, if you could see, March 2023 quarter's performance was similar to June 2022. So, do you think June 2023 performance will reflect on the March 2023 performance as well? Like, do you think 380 crores of run rate will be?
Every year is a different year. We cannot comment on how the quarter 4 was. I mean, quarter 1 also had its own challenges. We have seen that certain companies have, there has been a degrowth in their sales figures and volumes. But I think we have done much better than the industry average. So, and we are very positive about the future.
Okay. Yeah. That's it from my side. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Nitin Awasthi from InCred Equities. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So could you elaborate on the strategy to enter Rajasthan? Like, what is the timeline? What is the game plan, if any, with that is shareable with us as of now?
See, I mean, Rajasthan is one of the biggest consumption markets in the country, and I think we will start generating numbers from quarter 3 onwards in the state, and we hope that it will be a significant contributor to our overall sales from the next year onwards. Because it takes about 6 to 9 months to, establish a presence and seek the market. So that's the point.
Understood, sir. And UP, when do you already are doing sales in UP? So when do you expect that to gain a significant share?
So in terms of UP, for this particular quarter 1, we have actually doubled our sales as compared to the quarter 1 of last year. So we have done, I think, considerably well in UP. But I think the base is slightly small because we are selling more in our other home state, but we are doing, I think, considerably well in UP.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, a reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Alisha Mahawala from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. So just wanted to know, while the market share gains in Karnataka are very, very impressive, is the competitive intensity changing now? Larger players are becoming aggressive again. How confident are we of sustaining this market share? Is there scope to grow this market share?
No, we are very confident of maintaining our market share. We are at about 90 lakh cases capacity, and our capacity utilization in Karnataka for this quarter was in excess of 100%. And we are already formulating plans of increasing the capacity in Karnataka further.
Okay. But we don't feel that with the increase in competitive intensity, we will in any format be losing on market share or volumes going forward.
And the increasing competitive intensity is present in all the states where we are present. None of the states are easy states. So, I mean, and we are, I think, quite seasoned in taking on competition in all forms. So, I don't think that's a problem.
That's great. Just wanted to reconfirm, what is our total beer capacity after all the expansion that we did?
So it's 3.02 crore cases.
And while I understand the business is seasonal, what is the peak utilization that we can do?
See, ma'am, if you look at peak utilization, I'll just give you a figure. I mean, in quarter one, for Bhopal, we have done about 97% capacity utilization. And like I mentioned earlier, Woodpecker, we have done in excess of 100%. And in Odisha, it was close to 50%. But I think that will increase once Carlsberg starts manufacturing. Actually, he has started manufacturing. So I think we can all year round. I mean, if you look at the annual capacity utilization, we can easily do about 80-85%.
80-85%. Sure, got it. And is it possible to quantify what is the contribution from Delhi and UP currently?
Sorry?
What is the contribution from the new markets of Delhi and UP?
We would not like to comment on that one.
Okay. And just one last question. We saw the growth in Hunter was relatively lower compared to Power Cool and Blackford because the growth in Hunter YY was only in single digit. And is this one of the key reasons why the gross margins are significantly lower, and will this mix improve as the year goes by?
No, I think if you look at the realization in prices, it has gone up from, I think, 506 to 569. So it's not a question of the price increase. It's a question of, the cost of raw materials and packing material, which has impacted the gross margin.
Okay. What is the price hike that we have taken? How much is price hike? How much is mix? Will it be possible to understand that?
So the price hikes have been in the region of 6 to 8% across all our key markets. And this year we have sold more of cans also as compared to bottles. But still, because of the inflationary trends in both cans and bottles, the gross margin has been subdued.
Okay. And last quarter, we had highlighted that we target to do about 1,000 odd crores of revenue this year. Would we like to revise that guidance?
I think we'll have a better idea about where we end after we end Q2. So I think for all practical purposes, let's stick to about 1,000 crores.
Okay. Thank you. Best luck.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Sanjaya Satpathy from Ampersand Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks a lot for the opportunity and congratulations on a good set of numbers. So, you talked about your cost pressure. Can you just give some color about exactly which all things went up and what is the outlook?
So, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we have seen escalation in glass bottles and cans, which has impacted the margins. The cost of barley, in fact, has come down, but the other things are manageable.
And is there any softening there, or they are still going to?
No, there is softening of prices. Yes.
Okay. And sir, my next question is that you mentioned that you are more keen that Hunter brand should grow much faster than your remaining beer brand.
Yes.
What could be the reason why you were saying this? Because you mentioned that the mix did not really affect gross margin. Then what really is the reason why you want Hunter to be?
Because Hunter is our main brand and it has a better realization per case as compared to the other beer brands.
And what could be the reason why it did not really grow that well then?
Because it, in fact, the market in Odisha where Hunter sells the most, and MP it has done quite well, but Odisha has not grown as much. And in Karnataka also, Hunter faces stiff competition from Kingfisher Strong. So that is one of the reasons why Hunter has not grown as much as Blackford and Powerful.
And what initiatives have been taken to take on competition and grow this Hunter brand?
So that is the reason why, for example, if you look at one of the press releases, we had mentioned that Hunter has become the number one beer brand in its segment in Delhi. So that's why, I mean, Delhi is one of the key markets where we want to concentrate, and so is UP and Rajasthan. For that matter of fact, I mean, I would also like to highlight that in quarter one, we had 11% market share in Delhi for the whole of quarter one.
Understood. So my last question is that this excise duty changes that has happened in Karnataka, at the same time you also have permission to expand in Rajasthan and all these things. So overall, will there be any meaningful effect on your performance going forward because of the changes? And lastly, because you are not, despite such a strong Q1, you are not really changing your guidance of 1,000 crore. So I'm just trying to understand what is the thought process behind it.
We are not changing the guidance in spite of a very strong quarter one, because we expect that, because generally in our industry quarter two is slightly weak. So I think we can guide the market better once we end quarter two. So that was the thought process.
Okay. Nothing to do with the changes in excise duty in Karnataka?
No, nothing to do with that. As it is, the change in excise duty in Maharashtra has only increased the MRP of the beer bottle by, I think, 4 or 5 rupees. So there's not much difference as such.
Thanks a lot, sir, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kuber Chauhan from Anand Rathi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question. Am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations for good set of numbers. And there are two questions from my end. So I'm witnessing a lower realization in IMFL compared to beer. So what all things have driven to that? And my second question is on price hike. As you said that you have taken a price hike of 6 to 8%. So moving forward, how we are looking at it, and are we going to take any price hike in Q2 and Q3?
So the price hikes which we get are only once a year. That too when the excise duties is formalized. So we cannot get a price hike during the year. Secondly, I mean, because I think we sold more of lower range of IMFL. That is the reason why the realization of IMFL has gone down.
Okay. Okay.
And because when you sell close to about 66 lakh cases of beer and 2 lakh cases of IMFL, it doesn't make on your margin as such.
Okay. And going forward, how we are looking at the business? As you said that we are going to clock 1,000 crores revenue. So what all things are leading to that? Are we witnessing any kind of fall in upcoming quarter? And secondly, you said about the peak utilization, right? So what would be the peak utilization and any plan for capex? Yeah.
I could not understand your question in between, but on the capex, like I mentioned earlier, we will be doing a capex in the plant at Hassan, that is for sure. And can you please repeat the rest of the questions? I could not get it.
Yeah, and your peak utilization, sorry, I missed that, for beer as well as for IMFL.
So peak utilization, like I mentioned earlier, can be in the range of 80 to 85%. But for this quarter, for two plants, we achieved nearly 100% capacity utilization. And the third plant, Odisha plant, we achieved about 50% capacity utilization.
Okay, sir, that's it from my side, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Rahil Shah from Crown Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. My question is on Woodpecker, which is the new entry. Not so new now, but how is that doing? I know the base is really small for that, but do you have any plans in expansion in Woodpecker? So do you think it will be gaining momentum ahead? How are you seeing the trends?
So I think Woodpecker is doing quite well in the markets where it is present. We actually launched it in Bangalore this summer, and we have already seen that it has grown in numbers. Plus, we have also introduced Woodpecker in 5-liter kegs, particularly for the Bangalore market. So I think Woodpecker in the times to come should do well.
So which are the locations as of now?
Sorry?
Where is it present as of now? Only Bangalore?
It's present in Bangalore and it's present in MP and in CSD.
What was the last one?
Canteen stores.
Canteen stores. Okay. So are you seeing any other markets for it where it can be lucrative?
I think we'll roll it out slowly over a period of time.
Okay. And secondly, just on this revenue target which you have set, so what is the outlook on the margins then? Will it be maintained at such levels?
I think we should be able to maintain the margins.
So 12 to 13% can be maintained.
And that's range, yes.
Right. All right, sir. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Alisha Mahawala from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity again. So just an update on the Radico contract manufacturing. We signed that also late last year.
Right. That is not picked up so much as we had expected.
Are we expecting it to pick up later during this year?
Yeah, we expect maybe we can give you an update in the next call.
Okay. And we mentioned that we're entering the Rajasthan market from Q2, Q3 onwards. Are there any other markets that are looking lucrative? There were talks 1 or 2 quarters back that we were evaluating Maharashtra as an geography to enter. Is there plans of entering any other geographies during the year?
So I think we are, during this quarter, we have also entered Jharkhand. And we have, like I mentioned, that we have consolidated our position in Delhi. We have also grown in UP. But we could not sell in Kerala and Pondicherry because we had run out of capacity from our Hassan plant.
Post the Hassan expansion, do we think Kerala and Pondicherry will be markets which will be addressable during the year?
So Kerala and Pondicherry can only be serviced currently if we put up additional capacity in Karnataka. Because right now, I think this plant is only capable of servicing the demands which are coming from Karnataka.
Okay. And plans of entering Maharashtra?
Maharashtra, is a very small piece for us currently. Maybe we can develop that market really later, I guess. Because our hands are full right now. There were a lot of markets to consolidate and take market share in.
Okay. And you said that peak utilization for the full year can be about 80% odd. For the expanded capacity, can we hit that kind of utilization this year only?
Let's see how things turn out. Then we can maybe discuss, maybe after this quarter, then when we have a call, we'll give you a better guidance.
Just looking at the current demand and like you said, the market share gains, what is the internal outlook or aspiration looking like?
Sorry?
I'm saying considering the current demand and the market share gains in most of the geographies that we operate in, is it looking achievable during the year?
It can be, yes.
Sure. And just one last bookkeeping question. Our tax rate for the last full year was relatively lower. So what is our effective tax rate?
So last year, because there was some, because of COVID, we had losses, and due to which our effective tax rate was lower for last year. But this year, I think that's why we have provision for about close to 21% tax rate. We have some credit on MAT also available. So I think our tax rate should be in the range of about 24-25% for this year.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star, then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Karthikeyan from Suyash Advisors. Please go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon. Can you talk a bit about the market development initiatives that you undertake when you get into a new market? Talk about some of the unique things you're doing here.
Sorry?
I was asking you, can you talk a bit about the market development initiatives that you undertake when you foray into a new market? What specifically are you able to do to attract customers to your products? I understand the brand standing, of course, but could you highlight some of the initiatives you are undertaking?
I can't answer that question at this forum, please.
Sure. Fair enough. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Dhwanil from iWealth. Please go ahead.
Hello, Nakulji, and congrats for a great set of numbers.
Haji, thank you, sir.
Sir, a couple of questions. So first was on the Carlsberg, sir, the deal which we have done with them, right? So when I see annually, sir, how much of our capacity will be placed there?
How much of?
How much of our total capacity would be given to them? On the
I have that Carlsberg is confidential, so we cannot discuss the capacity which they will use or the margins which we will get.
So top line or something, can you share that?
I can't give you a guidance on that.
Okay. Got it. And sir, second thing, just wanted to understand more on the market share which you've been gaining, right? Mm-hmm. So as you've been saying that the Hunter had lower growth rates versus the Blackford and Powercool, right? Mm-hmm. So what went right for Blackford and Powercool, sir? Is there a category which is not there currently in the market? And hence these two were very well placed and got accepted by the customers more?
No, so Powercool and Blackford have been doing well for the last now, I think about maybe 4 to 6 quarters. So this category is very much there and each competitor is there in that particular category. So it is nothing that, it's a vacant market and nobody is wanting to enter that market. It's just that we are offering a superior product with a good taste, which is being liked with the consumers.
Okay. And sir, these two are also in the strong beer category only, right?
Sorry?
The Blackfoot and Power Cool are also in the strong beer category.
Yeah. All
Correct?
strong beer category. Yeah.
Strong beer category. Okay. And these are market share data which you've been giving, right? So in certain states we've reached more than 50 odd %, right? So how much of the more headroom so you think we can do now?
So I think there is a lot of headroom for us to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the states where we are present, but still, in order to mitigate the risk, we are, like I mentioned, that entering into new states and trying to gain market share there also.
Got it. And so just last one question was on the overall capacities and new CapEx. So if I take, sir, ballpark 80% of utilization on our on 3 crore cases, so we could do roughly, sir, 1,350 to 1,400 crores of sales at current utilization at 80% of run rate, right? So now you've done certain preferential allotment also where you guys are raising more money that the promoters are putting in, right? So what are the future plans on the CapEx side once we utilize this?
So one, like I mentioned earlier also in the call, that we are very actively discussing and trying to implement expansion of the facility in Woodpecker,
Karnataka,
because like I mentioned earlier, it has run out of capacity and we were unable to service the market of Kerala and Pondicherry in the Q1. So, I mean, we will have to do a capacity expansion there. The exact capacity, what we are going to put is still being worked out, but the work is we are working on it, that how much is to be put, and we expect by whatever capacity we put in, that by the end of this financial year, we'll have it up and running, so that we can take advantage of the Q1 of next year.
Got it. So from Karnataka, sir, we only sell Woodpecker, right? We don't sell the other 3 brands which you...
No. We sell all the 3 brands. Okay. 4 brands we sell. We sell Hunter, we sell Blackfoot, we sell Power Cool, we sell Woodpecker.
Got it. And sir, for the rest of the year, similar kind of volume growth numbers are fair enough to assume, sir? 35-40% on the back of increase in capacity?
We have been tracking a company for the last maybe 1 year.
More than that, yeah.
You are well aware of the kind of volumes which can be done. And but we are very hopeful of showing good numbers in the remaining 9 months also.
Great, sir. Thank you so much, Nakulji. All the best.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harsh from Chris PMS. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Want to understand a couple of things. One, do you have possibility of getting more brands like Carlsberg in future, like similar deals? Is there a scope for that? Because this was one-off to get Carlsberg on board.
Yeah, I think the main agenda or main point was to have better capacity utilization of the plant. Now, if I am running at maybe 100% capacity utilization at my other plants, there is actually no sense of getting an external guy to use the facility. So I think it was a kind of a strategic decision which was to have Carlsberg in. Or depending upon the situation going forward or the opportunities, we could enter into a similar kind of agreement going forward also. But I can't comment on that right now.
Got it. Perfect. Makes sense. So basis of spare capacity is what we could explore. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And when would this, we just discussed that we are adding capacity. So when would that capacity go live in Karnataka?
So I think, like I answered in the previous question also, that I think by March or April of next year.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you. A final reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Aditya Sen from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sorry to come back on this question again. I missed the capacity expansion number. Can you please answer that?
Sorry?
I missed the capacity expansion number, the volumes that we are expanding in Karnataka.
We haven't decided on the exact capacity which we are expanding to.
Mr. Sen, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference back to the management for their closing comments.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank all of you for joining us for this conference call. I trust all your queries have been adequately addressed. Should you require any further information, please reach out to our investor relations team, and we will try to revert with all the necessary details at the earliest. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of InCred Equities, we conclude today's conference. Thank you all for joining. You may now disconnect your lines.